the courts. Dan Whitfield says COVID-19 and state restrictions have prevented him from gathering the required number of signatures to get his name on the ballot. 5 News reporter Nick Camper is live to tell us about the lawsuit. Nick?
Yeah, Dan Whitfield's going up against the Secretary of State and the Attorney General to get his name on this upcoming ballot. He'd be running against the Republican incumbent Senator Tom Cotton and the Libertarian candidate Ricky Dale Harrington Jr. Now, Whitfield claims that COVID-19 hindered his ability to get the required amount of ballot signatures.
I think we can see with everything going on around us, COVID-19 has been a severe burden. We even closed schools down.
Dan Whitfield is trying to oust Senator Tom Cotton. Because he is running as an independent, he had a 90-day window prior to May 1st to get 10,000 signatures. He says the COVID-19 outbreak and social distancing guidelines hurt his chances of meeting that deadline.
Really, it severely burdened our signature collection efforts.
Whitfield says he reached out to the governor and Secretary of State John Thurston for some relief, a deadline extension or collection of online signatures. He says Thurston replied but told him there was no authority for that action. Whitfield then sued the Secretary of State and is currently in court waiting to hear a final decision. Secretary of State John Thurston says it's his duty to follow the statutes and the laws passed in the Arkansas legislature. He says, "I have taken a sworn oath to uphold the law and Constitution, and my office will continue to follow the law as written." Ricky Dale Harrington Jr. is the candidate out of the Libertarian Party. He supports Whitfield on the ballot.
I do believe that it's good for our democracy to have more choices.
Now, despite the legal delays and the quickly approaching election date, Whitfield is still ready to be on the ballot.
We're going to beat Tom Cotton in November. I'm very confident of that. And they are too, and that's why they're trying to delay us.
Whitfield says right now the case is waiting a response from the Attorney General. This comes after an appeal from Whitfield. He says their deadline is not until August 21st, and he expects their reply to come at that time. Covering news where you live, Nick Camper, 5 News.
All right, Nick, thanks. 5 News reached out to Senator Tom Cotton for a comment on the lawsuit. He has not yet returned our calls and messages.
Another